for the Valentine's Day in February 14th, and the whole world has been going crazy about it. And I'm wondering, like, okay, let me get into this, right? But as a Christian now, I begin to hear and see things about this movie, and I realize that they are overemphasizing the physical aspect of sex. And I'm saying, okay, is this something I should watch as a Christian? Is this? And then even if you go beyond watching it, it has become so mainstream. I mean, the only book outselling 50 Shades of Grey right now is the Bible, right? And even in America, they say sex toys went up in sales by 30 to 70%. So the idea is, and the views from this movie will quickly become mainstream within our society. And I'm saying, let's filter what is good and what is bad. Let's know where we stand and what is our view on sex. And let's go back to Genesis chapter 2, verse 24, with Adam and Eve. We see there that God said, and they became one flesh, and everybody's like, okay, they had sex, right? But no, I mean, we need to dig deeper. When we dig deeper, we realize that the Greek there is sarx, S-A-R-X. That's really a big word for one in mind, spirit, soul, physical being, entirely one in every way, not just physically. So there's no way you can just say, okay, they became one, they had sex, okay, great. So that's one of the main things that I have with this film, this book. It overemphasizes physical intimacy, without letting people know that sex is really that fulfillment, an outpouring from relationship, from emotional intimacy, from spending time with a person. And then you just see this physical and you think it's great, but it's not. All you have is physical intimacy without that emotional intimacy. Then you just have watered down, self-centered sex. The God who engineered sex engineered it in such a way to be performed within a context of a loving, ongoing relationship. And he knows with that it will be deeply satisfying to all involved. I mean, you're probably even single and you're thinking, well, okay, I know that, I know the truth. Okay, I can still go and watch it. I could still, talk about it, read the book. But then you have to think about Adam and Eve. Again, we're going back to the beginning. I mean, who could be more perfect and strong than the first perfect woman on the earth, Eve? She was triple strong. And she was watching this reality movie called The Snake and the Serpent, and then it just happened that, whoa, she was deceived. Why? Because she allowed this information to be coming through her ear gate, and she was listening, and she's like, okay, this sounds cool. Going along, listening, and before you know it, she fell. We can't be stronger than her. We need to be careful about what we're listening to, who we're listening to, and even what we're reading in this case. Now, one of my first main issues with it, besides the whole overemphasis of physical intimacy, ignoring emotional intimacy, is the whole thing about being dominant. It's, it sounds like a synonym, but in reality, women don't want to be dominated, they want to be led. We were created to be led, not dominated. We are to dominate animals. We're not animals, women are not animals, we're not objects. We want to be led by a man. 1 Peter 3:7 says, honor your wife so that your prayer will not be hindered. There's no dominance there. The Bible does not speak about dominance, it speaks about being led. And let's be real, a lot of red flags have been raised by all over the world. Kenya and Malaysia, this movie is banned altogether. In UK, you have to be over 18. It is restricted in the United States. That should raise a red flag in our minds. And people are like, okay, you're kind of overreacting, it's just a movie, it's just entertainment. But let's think about it. Let's get down to the black and white of things. Right? People have a tendency to be like, okay, how close can I go to the edge without, getting fired from the electrical fence? But the thing is that the kind of relationship God wants to have with us? Does he want to know how close to the border you can go? No, God wants us to come to him. He's saying, I want to be in a relationship with you, in an intimate relationship with you. The people, whatever happened to whatever things are pure, think on these things. Instead of seeking how close can I get to doing what I want to do without actually being called a sinner, or being seen as a sinner, how about thinking, how close can I get to God? How intimate can I get with God? The heart of the person who's in the gray zone is thinking, I still want to kind of fulfill my own desires. But God is saying, come to me and you will be fulfilled in me. Be drawn to me. Come as close to me as you possibly can. Seek me with all your heart, soul, and mind. And mind here is talking about what you think about, what you allow yourself to listen to, what you allow yourself to hear. So yeah, you're married, you're thinking I could do anything I want, but at the end of the day, it's about love. Marriage, sex, God is about love. He always says things within our context. The bed being undefiled means you can have sex, yes, but lovingly. Knowing that I love you, you love me, and we are seeking to enjoy each other, to bring each other pleasure, and have fun together. And you'll have so much more fun when your partner has fun at the end of the day. Don't we know that? I mean, come on. Let's be logical about it too. Don't be deceived by the fantasies. There's so many things I could say. In so many gray areas. Probably 50 more. But for now, they remain unnamed. There's no grainy conscience of God that He has placed within us. Let's get the real truth.